The Olympic Channel, home of Team USA, presents the FEI World Equestrian Games. Vaulting, presented by Christie's. Vaulting is being held indoors right there at the George H. Morris Arena on the grounds of the Tryon International Equestrian Center in North Carolina. And for the first time today, we will bring you what is known as Pas de Deux. It is literally translated into dance of two. It's as it sounds, two teammates together, Melanie, on the broad back of a horse.
Yes, and this is only the second time this event has been contested at the World Equestrian Games. The routines are 2 minutes long with 8 judges, 2 rounds, one yesterday and one today, both freestyle. And the total marks are averaged for the final score.
The medals will be awarded at the end of this competition. So going into the second day of Pas de Deux, these are the standings. Melanie said it was first contested at the World Equestrian Games in 2014. The defending champions are back on top from Austria. That is Jasmine Linder and Lucas Wacha, but plenty of competition from the Italians currently in second and from the Germans third and fourth. Now that is Pas de Deux vaulting. That will be live later tonight, later in this telecast. For now, we go to show jumping, which took place earlier this afternoon at Tryon. It was the second competition of round one. A little toasty out there today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and it's a bit humid. So as we prepare to see the best show jumpers in the world, human and horse, for a preview, here's Kenny Rice.
Thanks, Randy. It's expected on the world stage, or at least hoped for by the fans. That is to see some of the top riders in this sport come up with clutch performances. And yesterday, they were not disappointed. Steve Gerdot, an Olympic gold medalist in one of the last rides of the day, put up the best individual score and has put his Swiss team vaulting into first place. Countering that was Olympic gold medalist for the U.S. team, McLean Ward, riding in the anchor spot. He had to have a clean round, and he came through, keeping the Americans in medal contention, the U.S. in fourth place right now. Well, today the jumps get a little higher. This is 5'4", the tallest one here on the course. And the stakes certainly get much higher in this round two. Randy?
All right, thanks, Kenny. These were the standings at the end of day one. It was a speed competition. I'll try to explain this without getting overly complicated. It was time plus a 4-second penalty for each rail that was down. Look at the leader, Steve Gerdot of Switzerland, 76.33. That was translated mathematically into penalty points. You see, there was 0.35 seconds separating Gerdot from Pedro Venice yesterday. That's cut in half, and Venice will begin today with 0.17 penalty points. And so it goes on down. McLean Ward of the United States starts at number 8. Team jumping after yesterday's speed round. Switzerland on top. That's Gerdot's country. Netherlands, then Brazil. Right now, the United States in 4th position, but certainly in striking position. So, Melanie, how does today's round differ from yesterday's?
Well, now 124 of the competitors will be split up into just the top 60 going forward to the team competition, the final day of the team competition, where the medals will be awarded. Then the individual competition, the final, will be on Sunday with 2 rounds for the individual medals. Now for the course today, designed by Alan Wade, once again from Ireland. This course really never lets up. It starts over a vertical and then up the middle of the arena to quite a large oxer to a spooky wall, and then the real meat of the competition begins here. The triple combination for ABC, very tight inside. The horses, after stretching over the oxer, really have to set back to jump that clear, and then a nice continuing flowing stride to the next oxer. Then they come around the turn to a very delicate vertical, barely sitting on those cups. Forward distance, they stretch out over the 4-meter wide oxer to an oxer after, and then they come to the end of the ring. Now they've got to reel their horses back in. They jump the oxer, extremely steady 4 strides here. Then they can take just a small breather, a single oxer across the side of the arena, and then this could end up being Heartbreak Alley if they're clear to here. The widest fence on the course, the triple bar, then an almost impossible flat 5 or steady 6 to a very difficult double combination. Then the horses think they're done, but no, they've got to turn right, 1 more fence. And that's going to really take the horse's eye off that jump as they think they're headed to the end gate.
Way to set the allotted time at 85 seconds. There will be one time penalty point for each 4 seconds over that 85. As we begin now with Simone Blum of Germany and her 11-year-old mare by the name of Alice. Now, yesterday Simone went clear, no rails down. And we'll see how she does today. The 29-year-old ranked 142nd in the world.
This is a really fabulous mare, and Simone was part of the winning Nations Cup team in Aachen this year with this mare. And Alan Wade said of his course, he said, in reality, the World Equestrian Games is a level higher than the Olympics. Imagine that, because there are more teams. He says it is not going to be easy. And so far, this course has not been easy. Nobody so far has jumped it clear.
And this was earlier today. Simone Blum was the 9th rider to take this course. And in a nutshell, the difference between today and yesterday. Yesterday in the speed competition, if 2 riders both went clear, no rails down, one was 4 seconds faster than the other, the faster rider was rated highly. Today, if those same 2 riders go clear and they both come in under the 85 seconds allotted, they both get the same 0 penalty points. Speed not as important.
Right, but this course has the time allowed, as you mentioned, of 85 seconds, and that is hard to reach because there's so many questions on the course. You've got to really set up each line, sometimes take back, sometimes go forward. It breaks up the flow. She looks like she's going to be okay on time, headed to the last fence. The time 85 seconds. Wow, that is the first clear round of the day.
Simone Blum of Germany and DSP Alice, the mare that she also owns. So you take the score from yesterday, 2.47, using the mathematical formula we showed you. You add it to today's round, which is a 0 because she went clear and under the time, so she is still at 2.47.
A great shot, that triple combination. Look how hard this mare tries. She jerks those legs up under her and just gets so high in the air. You can see total concentration as she jumps the last fence a little awkwardly, but that mare tries so hard to miss those rails. Super round.
So as of now, we're early, but as you see the Germans celebrating, that puts Simone Blum right on top. 2.47 as we now go to a combo that we enjoyed watching yesterday, as always. From the United States, it's Devin Ryan and his gray, young 9-year-old gelding, Eddie Blue. Yesterday, they had a rail down, so he begins with the score today of 3.64. So even if they go clear, he still won't go over Simone Blum.
And we might mention that 9 years old is the minimum age a horse can be for world championships.
There were only 11 9-year-olds out of 120 show jumping entrants in this competition.
And the pressure is on all 4 of the riders on each team. Devin is the leadoff rider for the Americans. He so wants to put in a clear round. The best 3 scores from each team from each round count. Each team can have 1 drop score.
The others on the American team, Adrian Sternlich, Laura Kraut, and of course, the great McLean Ward.
And what a great effort Eddie made there to jump out of that triple combination. It's such a steady distance, and this horse has a massive stride. There's some funny shadows on the course with these riders going early. Oh, he stands on. Oh my gosh, they're going to call him at the water. I can honestly say I have never seen Devin have water faults on this horse.
So if any part of the horse, if his hoof touches any part of the water?
Yes, it doesn't matter if they splash, make a splash with the foot, or if they land on that marking lad, that white strip at the base, at the landing stride.
The same as a rail down.
Faults, same as a rail down.
Wow.
This is a critical last line. It's a bit of a flat 5 strides, and then gets very tight. Oh, he jumped it so well. He leaves out a stride to the last fence and well under the time. A beautiful round by Devin. Not a single rail down, but yes, 4 faults for a foot in the water.
Eddie Blue has such a massive stride that Devin can leave out a stride a time or 2 between the jumps. He says Eddie Blue's a great jumper, and he was a great jumper, just touched the water.
He just can't believe it. You can see on his face such a disappointment. He so wanted to bring home a clear round, and he didn't have a rail down.
So you take the 3.64 and you take the 4 faults for the water.
And there you see it. He stood off a little too much. He didn't move up in that distance. He went early in the course. He didn't get to see enough people ride it to realize it was a little more forward to the water. It's nice when you can go a little later and watch, but everybody gets to walk the course on foot.
So Devin Ryan and Eddie Blue finished with the score so far of 7.64.